Malaysia, and I have been serving as a lecturer in English at Government College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences HRDC, Skardu, Pakistan. And furthermore, I am also serving as a visiting lecturer in English at Fatima Jinnah Women College, Skardu, Pakistan. So in this workshop, I have a topic to be presented that is just entitled Crafting a Compelling Abstract in Research. So how to build or construct an effective or interesting abstract after completing our research, our papers, or our dissertation or thesis. So basically, we can say abstract is our phased, and first of all, we have to present our abstract when we are just going to present or sometime present in the conference, or when we submit our papers, we want to submit our papers in some journals, in some good journals or publication. So our abstract should be attractive and compelling, I think. So there are specific principles of writing a good abstract. So I have just mentioned a few slides regarding a good abstract, craft the compelling abstract in research. So basically, what is an abstract? Basically, in research, we can call an abstract a one-page, concise, uh, standalone summary. We can call it a summary, which tells the important elements about the whole our dissertation, whole our paper or research, uh, and it's a thick overview of the purposes, objectives, and methods, results, and conclusion of our research. Uh, it also shows or reveals the relevancy or irrelevancy of the reader's interest, whether the paper is the interest concerning, or just is there any link between the interest of the readers and the given abstract. So it shows the relevancy. So it's very important for the readers to go through the abstract first. Typically, it ranges from 150 to 300 words, but it depends on the type of abstract. Basically, there are few types of abstract, but mostly it depends on the requirement and demands of the journal, of the conference, or of the university, or of the type of abstract. So in the next slide, we will also try to go through the types of abstract as well. So we can call an abstract as a vital screening tool to just screen the whole paper, and it also enables quick understanding. Quick understanding means it just saves our time uh, as a, as a researcher. This one doesn't possess a lot of time to go through the whole paper or a dissertation based on one leg words. So the main thing is abstract. The researcher, first of all, goes through the abstract and just check it out to whether the given abstract, given paper, or the whole thesis is of worth or according to his demand and according to his interest or not. So the researcher decides after going through the abstract whether he should go through the whole paper or the some part of the paper or just quit it. There are some key elements of good abstract or compelling abstract, we can call the components of a good abstract. So first of all, introduction is very important. It is basically a single paragraph. So first of all, the introduction of the topic, introduction of the paper is given in a single sentence. Did why was the whole research was conducted? What what was the main reason of the conducting the research? After that, the research problems is or research gaps are given. What are the research gaps on which the research has been done or was done? So it is very important to mention the gaps within few phrases, I think.
Astagfirullahaladzim. Iya.
Am I audible?
Oh. Aku cuci baru tadi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after mentioning the research gaps or research problem statement, um, to compel, to grab a compelling abstract, the researchers just mentioned the methods or approaches, whether the research was a qualitative paper or quantitative paper or mixed method based paper or research. So that is also a component, key component of a good abstract. So up to date key results, not the whole results. It's impossible to mention the whole results and findings. So the key results within two sentences or one sentence, while using the compound complex type of sentences, one should try to mention the findings in his abstract. After that, conclusion is very important, definitely, and conclusion, implication, and recommendation. Recommendation is just, I think, optional, but conclusion and implication is very, very important to be mentioned in compelling abstract. Uh, so it is also mentioned within a sentence or two sentences while avoiding simple sentences. Uh, just he has to use compound complex type of sentences while following the linguistics and grammatical important rules. So at last, the keywords, the important phrases or terms around which the whole paper, whole research just rounds. The keywords mostly based on 4 to 6 keywords, mostly just mentioned after completing the abstract. So keywords are the things through which the whole paper is just we can say consider or focus. The whole paper just rounds around the keywords. So keyword shows the interest or the area and the focus of the research. So the keywords should be important keywords which have been just focused in the whole paper. So there are some features and some rules of writing or crafting a compelling research abstract. Basically, there are so many principles and rules, but I have just given some features just based on the, some few important rules here. So basically, compelling abstract is based on 7 principles of effective communication, like 7 C's. 7 C's are the 7 principles of effective discourse. Here we are just talking about the textual discourse of abstract writing. So uh, the 7 words or terms just initiated with C, the letter C, like conciseness. Conciseness means we know to be precise, pre-C writing. So we have to follow the pre-C writing rule. Pre-C writing, we know the one third of actual paragraph. If somebody is just has just written 1,000 words, and if I'm asked to just concise or precede the 1,000 word, so I have to just do it within the one third of its actual 1,000 words. So pre-C writing is very important, and it's a very important vital rule or principle of effective discourse. So in a good abstract, the researcher should follow the rule and principle of conciseness. To follow the pre-C writing, we need to avoid the simple sentences first, or we need to avoid simple words. Just try it out to use the compound words and complex words like yeah, hospitalized, re-hospitalized, hostilized, re-hostilized. So these are the words which are used instead of so many words. Uh, so it shows the conciseness as well. So clarity is very important. What is the purpose? What is the care? And what is the method? What is the data analysis? uh, what tools and data collection and data analysis tools, and what is the conclusion and what is the implication. So clearly mention the things. Uh, After that, the completeness, which initiated just the letter C, it should be completed. The abstract should be entirely completed. What we have mentioned, the steps and the parts in abstract writing. So it should be completed. And concreteness, the important and key elements should be mentioned, as I have earlier mentioned in the slide. Concreteness, the valid points, the important points should be just mentioned in abstract. After that, consideration means consider the uh, to just give value or to consider the readers. What is the demand of the readers? For instance, if my subject is mathematics or if my subject is linguistics, I should just consider the readers and just give them respect as well while using we can say the courteous terms as well. So correctness, definitely the words, the phrases, the grammatical what aspect in grammatical aspects, or the data or the content or the results should be correct uh, and not objectionable, I think. And courteousness means the researcher should use formal words, most formal words, I think. So there are some categories like we know formal, informal, less formal, informal, formal, more formal, most formal. So one should try to use most formal terms to make the communication or discourse effective. So if we use the informal words like for instance we have a word required, that is considered a formal word. Instead of required, we just use need. So it means we have just used an informal word. So we need to use formal words, formal terms, most formal words where necessary. So basically, formality and the courteousness makes our discourse effective, and we can gain our needs and our demands, our requirements. So these are the seven principles one should follow while writing, while crafting a compelling abstract in his research. and determine the structure based on the journal requirement. It's very important if you are going to submit your abstract in some journal or for a conference, we have to just determine the structure as demanded by the journal, by the conference team, or by your university. What is the criteria of your university? Like which type of format they are just asking for, and like if they are asking for MLA style, APA style, or Chicago style, some there are few styles of writing research papers, including your abstract. So we have to focus the demands of the journal. We have to focus of the uh, requirements proposed by the conference or university where we are going to submit our abstract. After that, a good abstract is structured logically and follows the proper sequence and steps of writing a good abstract, like first of all, purpose or the global objective or main objective is just written. It's not possible to mention the whole primary objectives. For instance, if I have a main objective, so I just have to mention the main objective. So I cannot mention the whole primary objectives if I have five primary objectives. So if I try to mention the whole five objectives, so definitely I cannot complete it out within a paragraph or within 250 words or 200 words. So we have to just focus the main objective while mm, compelling, while crafting our abstract. So after mentioning the purpose, we have to just mention our methods, which type of methods have been used, whether it was a qualitative, quantitative, or mixed type of method. Uh, and in methods, we also can mention the type of data, like and data analysis tools. So like if your paper is quantitative, definitely you will use or you have been using a type of software like SPSS or something. If your paper, if your research was based on a quantitative or qualitative type of paper or research, definitely you have been used to, you have used a specific type of software like Quiricos or like Atlas TI. There are some types of specific softwares. So we have to mention the name of the software as well, and maybe you will be using the data analysis, other tools like focus group discussions or focus group interviews, like in your qualitative type of research. If you have used survey research, or which type of questionnaires you used, whether you used open-ended questionnaire or close-ended questionnaire. So close-ended questionnaire are just used mostly in quantitative type of research, and so we have to just mention the types. And if we think it's important to mention the sub-elements, we have to. So after that, we have to just mention or place our results and findings of the methods. After that, definitely we just mention or place our conclusion. And again, we cannot mention our complete or entire conclusion. So conclusion may be very long in your dissertation. So, in short, while using compound complex types of sentences, we have to use our conclusion. Again, we have to avoid simple type of sentences because simple type of sentences just kill our time, not only our time, but also the reader's time. So we have to just keep in our mind the writing techniques to how to save our time and how to convey our messages in few words, like while using again the compound complex type of sentences or complex type of sentences. After that, implication and sometimes recommendation is also mentioned within a sentence uh, in abstract. And after completing the abstract one paragraph based abstract, keywords are given, and again keywords should be based on 4 to 6 keywords, mostly 5 keywords, but it has been observed that 4 to 6 keywords are commonly used in good research abstracts. One more important element that is we can say coherency. Coherency. Cohesion and coherence both are very important in discourse, including crafting compelling abstract coherency. What does mean by coherency? So it's the alignment of ideas, connection of ideas. It means there should be alignment, there should be connection and links between the ideas of your research objectives, of between your objectives, research questions, research methods, and your data analysis, data collection, data analysis, conclusion. So there should be an alignment, there should be connection, clear cut coherency. So coherency is very important in writing compelling abstract. So, furthermore, there is also a term, but that is not mentioned here. I haven't mentioned here. That is cohesion. Cohesion is the connection of sentences at grammar level, like while using specific terms like firstly, secondly, thirdly, or just linkers, like conjunctions, like or few some other terms. So just keep in your mind that alignment is very, very important. Connection of ideas. Furthermore, self-content and the good abstract is understandable with reading the full text. It should be understandable, comprehensible, so that the reader may have a good decision about the whole paper. So after that, one most important feature or characteristics of a good or compelling abstract is that mostly the abstracts are written or just formed with the help of while using past tense, past simple tense mostly, and sometimes it has been observed the researchers are using simultaneous present tense. What is simultaneous present tense? Simultaneous present tense is a type of tense which is used to show to refer the past activities which have been done recently. So, but mostly past tense is used to just formulate the abstract. Active voice is used mostly, and formal vocabulary is what we have just focused or indicated in the preciseness or conciseness. So, or sorry, we have just mentioned the courteousness there in 7 Cs. So, formal words we have to use to make effective our abstract. And cohesive devices. Lastly, the feature of a compelling abstract is that cohesive devices are properly applied or used. Linkers are properly used to connect the sentences at the grammar level. We have to focus. just linkers and cohesive devices, cohesion, the connection of sentences at grammar level, like we have to just use the conjunctions and some specific terms like in short and long, firstly, secondly, initially, next, finally. Such type of words are very important to show the connection. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So what are the main steps of writing or drafting a compelling abstract? Yes. So first of all, briefly identify the main purpose. What was the main purpose or main objective of your research, of your paper, or of your research? For up to date, summarize the methods applied, uh, which type of methods or method used, and after that, briefly highlight the main results. And furthermore, after mentioning the main results, briefly state the main conclusion, implication, or recommendation as well. So recommendation is optional here. And again, the last step is that after completing the abstract, we have to mention the keywords. Here I have given the few types of abstract, though there may be maybe some other types of abstract, but I have just mentioned what have these type of abstracts are given by Zahid, as he has mentioned in a recent paper published in 2025. I got it from ResearchGate, and so he has just mentioned 4 to 5 types of abstract, and I have just tried it out to mention here for your kind consideration. So first type of abstract may be descriptive abstract. So what is descriptive abstract? Basically, descriptive abstract provides a brief overview of research without detailed results or conclusion. Basically, it is a short form of abstract, but it depends on the demand of the journal and conference as well. But we have a type of there is a type of we can say abstract is descriptive, and it is a short type. It is we can say it may provide the some elements brief without detailed results and conclusion. Detail is not given like others, and contents we may have we may find in such type of abstract, like it introduces the topic, states the research aim or question, and describes the methodology, and it doesn't include results, conclusion, or recommendation. So that is the difference. And its length is short. Commonly, such type of descriptive abstracts are used in humanities and theoretical papers. So second type of abstract is called informative abstract. Informative abstract offers a comprehensive summary of the entire study, including results and conclusion. Contents in such type of abstract, we may have the problem statement and objectives, methodology, key findings, and conclusion and implication. Its length, its length is just longer as comparatively what descriptive abstract. It is based on 150 to 300 words. And such type of informative, abstracts, or applied in STEMs, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and social sciences sometimes. Next type of abstract is called structured, though there is also a type of abstract that is unstructured. I have just not mentioned here. So structure is one mentioned here. So structured abstract, its purpose is to organize the contents under the subheadings. That is the difference. In such type of abstracts, subheadings are given. But in other types of abstract, we have to avoid these subheadings, but we have an option in structured abstract. We can use subheadings uh, as per demand of the journals, as per demand of the conferences. We may use subheadings if they are asking about the structured um, abstract. So contents may be based on, we can say it is divided into sections like objectives. We may have an subheading there of objectives, subheadings of methods, results, and conclusion, etc. So it is often required by journals in medicine, engineering, and applied sciences. Its lengths have been observed as with the words, the quantity of 200 to 300 words. And indeed, it should be also based on one paragraph, and and definitely the size depends, size of the. Okay, the next type of abstract is called graphical abstract, and it conveys key findings visually while presenting diagrams, poster, charts, and graphs. So visually summary of these research questions or methods or results are just highlighted with the help of graphs and pictures, images as well, and often paired with a short textual abstract. It's commonly used in STEM fields like chemistry, biology, and journals emphasizing visual communication. And the last one is critical abstract. It is used to evaluate the study's validity, reliability, and contribution to the field. And it summarizes the research. It assesses the strengths, weaknesses, methodological rigor, and it compares the work to existing literature. It is based on 200 words to 400 words. Commonly, such type of critical abstracts are applied in literature reviews, meta-analysis, or theoretical critiques. So these are the 5 types, but there is also a type what I have not mentioned in this slide, that is unstructured abstract. Unstructured abstract is just opposite to the structure of the abstract. In structure abstract, we have an option to use the subheadings. Uh, Vice versa, or in contrast to the structured, in the unstructured abstract, we are not allowed to use the subheadings there. Okay, we were discussing the do's or what we need to do or to be careful about the abstract crafting. But in this slide, we will just focus, we are going to focus don'ts. We should avoid the things, some important things, some unnecessary things again. We should avoid while writing or crafting compelling to make our abstract compelling. So first thing is avoid jargons, the unfamiliar words which are just we think is confusing. We should avoid jargons while using, while what formatting or while crafting our abstract. And avoid simple sentences. Avoid simple sentences means we should not avoid simple sentences because, as mentioned earlier, that avoids simple sentences because simple sentences just kill our time and our space. So instead of using simple sentences, we have other options like compound sentences, complex sentences, compound complex sentences. The best one is compound complex sentences, which just save our time. And simple sentences also a cause of repetition, like the subject and sometimes object. They are just repeated and just it just covers our space and time. So we have no spare time and space to just craft our abstract. So that's why we have to follow this rule as well. Uh, there is a point pre-C writing means we have to follow pre-C writing, but we should not go in detail means here. And avoid wordy expressions. Use compound words like compound sentences, complex sentences. We have compound words and complex words as well. Like someone is, for instance, hospitalized. So we have a sentence that he has been hospitalized, yeah, admitted in the hospital again. That is a long phrase. So we can shortly say or mention that he is hospitalized. The word hospitalized is a complex word, which is just saving our time. Hospitalized, rehospitalized, has been admitted in the hospital again. That is a long phrase, but we have a word that is rehospitalized, rehospitalized. So it's just saving our time. There is a single entity, linguistic item, rehospitalized, rehospitalized, redevelopment. These are the words which can save or can spare our time. So we have to just keep in our mind that we should try to avoid simple words and we should try to just use the compound and complex type of words. Complex type of words doesn't mean confusing words. Complex words means which save our time, which are familiar words. Like I have just given an example of rehospitalized. It's not confusing. It's just saving and sparing our time. And next is avoid exaggerations. We have to be careful while crafting our abstract. We should not be, we can say, exaggerating. We should not exaggerate the things. Just mention clearly, concisely what we have discussed in the 7 principles earlier. So exaggeration just kill our time and it just make the things awkward, the dialogues and discourse the awkward, including the abstract. So we have to be careful about the exaggerations and avoid pronouns, particularly the first pronoun and second person pronoun. First person and second person pronoun. Why? What is the reason? According to the effective communication rules and principles of effective discourse, uh, First person and second person, particularly first person and second person, should be avoided, like I, you. Instead of these terms, we have so many other options like one should work hard, one is required to work hard. That is the term which is effective and just following the uh, writing rules or the discourse rules. So first person is just awkward. We have to just avoid such type of first person and second person pronouns in crafting while using our abstract, while creating our abstract. One most important thing we should avoid, we should not mention in our abstract is that we have to avoid citations. Citations are not allowed in our abstract. Citation is basically very important in the whole research, including particularly in our literature review and in other sections, but one is recommended or strictly one is prohibited to mention the uh, citations, text citations in the abstract. Sometimes the abbreviations is also not recommended there, but it has been just uh, noticed that so many researchers are using the abbreviations because we need to we need to save the space. That's why, and we have to just cover the things within a page, within a paragraph. That's why. But avoid citation. Citation is totally prohibited and restricted in abstract writing. So when we write or craft our abstract, we need to follow some specific rules of drafting. Basically, very simple steps, but we don't follow. Mostly, the researchers ignore it, but someone should follow the drafting rules. Like first of all, when we just craft our abstract, that is called first draft. And when we just craft our abstract, we have to follow the demands and requirements proposed by the journal where we are going to submit our paper, or the demand of the conference. What is demanding there? What are the demands by the conference team? And what are the demands of the university of your institution, or what the styles and format they are proposing. So first draft is very important, and while just creating the first draft, we have to just focus the style and demand or requirements of the journal, of the conference, of the university or your institution. After that, after crafting the first draft, we have to just read it out, go through. We need to go through the first draft, what we have written. When we go through, indeed, definitely we will find some elements there, like what we mentioned earlier. If I have used a simple word repeatedly, or if I have used simple sentences there repeatedly, I have other options to mend it out. I have other options to just improve them and correct them and concise them and make them effective, while other specific rules of effective discourse or writing rules. So thirdly, after reading, definitely we have an option of editing. What to edit, what to omit. what to add more. Definitely, while editing, something to be added, something to be omitted, and something is important or we think is not important. So omission and submission of some new thing is the part or the parts of editing. So while editing, we have to keep in our mind the specific rules, linguistic rules, or grammatical rules, or effective communication rules, like seven C's and other rules keep in our mind. So editing process is very important. It has been observed. Mostly the researchers, the students submit their assignments, their abstracts without editing. What he has done in the first draft is submitted. And indeed, the consequences are not in favor of the researcher. So editing is very important. Editing is very necessary and very effective to make the abstract compelling. Next, we have to just after editing, we need to revise. Again, second draft is just ready after editing. Second draft. So after getting the second draft, we need to proofread. First, we read after first draft, and after the second draft, we have an option to proofread again. After proofreading, again, we may have some elements, some areas where we may have an option to omit something, submit something, or if something is missing, maybe there is any mistake or maybe any disorder in sequence. So we have to just focus. For instance, the conclusion or the finding is mentioned before the methods. So that is disorder. So we have to just go to the second draft and proofread it while focusing the sequence, order, and other linguistic rules, grammatical rules, and different type of other specific rules and profession of the professional writing. So proofreading is very important. After proofreading, now your final draft may have in your hand, and final draft after final draft you may go through it again and proofread it again. Now after the satisfactory what feelings or what with satisfaction of the final draft, one may submit his abstract where he is going to submit, like for a journal or somewhere. So drafting is very important, uh, audience. So first draft, reading, editing, revise, means second draft, and proofreading, and your final draft, again proofreading. So while following the drafting rules, one need to do what? One needs one needs to just mend out the things. Omission and submission is very important. Okay, there are some formatting. After the drafting, we have the formatting. Basically, there are a few types of formatting, but I have just mentioned here four, which are commonly practiced, and the most important one is APA and MLA. I have mentioned here. So first of all, keep in our mind that formatting, concerning formatting, Hassan in 2024 mentioned it in his paper. As per demand of the journal, what is your format? What should be your format of your compelling abstract, or your how can you make your abstract compelling while crafting your abstract? So we can say as per demand of the journal. what are the demands of the journal, what are the requirements they have just proposed by the journal, by the conference, by the university or the institution where you are going to submit. We have to keep in our mind and we have to follow the rules, what they proposed, what they demanded. After that, there are some specific formats commonly being practiced in the institutions and journals as well conferences. So we should know the rules and formatting. So APA is commonly practiced in practice, very important and very famous one, APA, American Psychological Association. They have just proposed styles, different type of style nowadays. APA 7 style, 6 edition, 7 edition, or 7 edition is just being practiced, I think, nowadays. Commonly, the majority of the researchers are using. So APA, American Psychological Association, they have just proposed, and mostly this format, this style is being applied in social sciences, business, and arts, etc. And if you are writing, if you are crafting your abstract, indeed 150 to 250 words are found in abstract. They propose the Psychological Association, American Psychological Association, according to APA style, we need to just complete or cover or abstract within 150 to 250 words. And double spaced, single spaced, we have an option. Single space, if the length is long, indeed, we need to just um, have a single space. But double space is the rule of APA, okay, on double space. But in abstract writing, we have an option, the single space, because sometimes we cannot conclude, we cannot cover the whole things, important things in a single paragraph, in a single page, because we are not allowed to use the second paragraph as well for crafting and abstract. So the New Time Roman 12 point font is used in such type of formatting. So one each margin on the all sides we can find in APA style. Second most important and famous style or format is called MLA. MLA means Modern Language Association. They have just proposed, okay, and such type of format is commonly is being practiced in linguistics and some specific language based and social sciences. We may have this style. uh, Modern Language Association, they have proposed and they have also given guidelines. And so many people, so many journals, they are just asking for MLA format. So if you are going to submit your abstract somewhere, we have to focus, we have to notice which type of format they are asking for. If they are asking for MLA style, we have to follow. If they are asking for APA style, we have to follow. Okay, the next format is IE. Format basically stands for Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. So such type of formats are proposed and are being applied in um, electronics engineering, and as it shows the name. And if they are asking, if a journal is asking for IE, we have to follow. And but as mentioned, the abstract in such format is based on 150 to 100 to 50. It means it's a short one. And the last format I have mentioned here is Chicago format. Uh, so many journals ask for Chicago format if you submit your paper. So Chicago format manual of style, they ask, they demand, we have to follow. Here I have given an example of abstract. I have just highlighted the steps according to steps and what the components, important components. For instance, what have been mentioned here, the just I go through it out. The study aims to investigate bulky Tibetan language EFL elementary level enrollees morphosyntactic mistakes in English sentence construction in Pakistan or building in Pakistan. So basically, this is showing that the purpose of the study, the main objective of the study, not all the primary objectives. And now highlighted the gaps. Within the gaps of contrastive CA, contrastive analysis of morphosyntactic process of bulky and English. Just showing the whole, what I have gone through, is showing the gaps and purpose both. Gaps and purpose both. Furthermore, it's also introducing and showing what the problems statement and the purpose of the study. The study used so method is just now mentioning here. The study used a deductive approach, what is the type of approach we can say, which starts from theory to just uh, primary to secondary, theory to just go ahead. So the study used deductive approaches, just telling about the approach and methods to investigate the role of prior language of L1 in the learning and incorporating progression of English as an L2. Examine the role of interlanguage terminal IL. So witty verbatim translation and types of errors in morphosyntactic process of mentioned English enrollees, and identified the morphosyntactic rules in bulky date are the causes of trials mean challenges in the learning process of English or L2 in the target settings. So now the highlighted portion is just mentioning the data analysis area or the tools about the tools and things, elements. Thematic analysis was applied in basically the whole research. So saying that thematic analysis was employed in the study with contrastive analysis hypothesis to conduct error analysis. Basically, it's telling these sentences or just mentioning the about the thematic analysis, error analysis, or contrastive analysis hypothesis was applied. And one more highlighted with red is Quirko software. It's just telling the software as well, which is used in qualitative what type of research. So Quirko software was used as part of the qualitative methodology. So it's telling mentioning that this research, this the whole research or the dissertation just about the qualitative method I used there. And thematic analysis were used to find, analyze, and interpret themes and ideas derived from data collected from the text and focus group discussions. So the tools were also mentioned here, focus group discussion, but the parts of a focus group interview, but it just a bit different, the difference there. So focus group discussions were just employed here. Using purposive or selective sampling technique. So in methods, selective method sampling, in qualitative method was used. Uh, so error analysis and Kirkos revealed the facts. It's just showing the result. This highlighted portion is just showing the results what were the conclusion and findings. Okay, so the facts, causes, types, implication, areas, and consequences of the mistakes after thoroughly evaluating 66 codes and a global theme with six primary topics. Okay, so just showing within a sentence, he has just used what he has just avoided the simple sentence in the whole abstract to mention the key elements and important, very important things. So in the findings, he has just mentioned the main elements while he is telling about the 66 codes, one global topic or theme, and six primary topics. He has not mentioned the thorough or complete findings here or the conclusion here. So the study would help academics and linguist at linguistics in establishing the documentation on corpus project of multi-language at an advanced level and would be a fantastic reference tool for the comprehension and effective training of linguistics. So it's just implication is also just mentioned in this sentence. We have again a compound complex sentence here. He has just avoided the simple sentence. And keywords, we have one, two, three, four, five keywords as I early mentioned it, like multimorpho syntax is a key term, and contrastive analysis hypothesis, interlanguage, verbatim translation, error analysis. These are the five key terms. Okay, very important key terms around which the whole research, whole paper is just around. So crafting a compelling abstract, we need to follow the mentioned all important elements, steps, format, style, and features and rules. What we mentioned earlier in this uh, presentation. I have also given an example here. Just I have elaborated the one uh, right now. So I don't need. I think I should not. I don't need to again just highlight or explain this one. Okay, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, do you have any question?
Hi everyone, any questions?
Yes.
Anyone want to ask something?
Yes, questions are welcome.
I think everyone is clear about your presentation. So shall we end the session for today?
Yes, I have just completed. So I think no questions there. Uh,
Okay,
should I think conclude now?
okay, so a special thank to you, sir, Mr. Mustafa,
Most welcome.
for sharing your expertise and your valuable guidance. And I hope that everyone gain knowledge, I mean, essential skills that help them to craft clear, impactful research. And before we officially conclude, can we take a moment to capture this with a group photo? So I would like to ask everyone to turn on your cameras. So I'll snap a picture. Wait, your sorry, Mr. Mustafa, can you close your slide?
Okay, sure.
Okay. So can I view your face, everyone? Miss Dulani and Miss Chilini, can you turn on your camera? Seema, I can't see you. Okay. Can I see your face? All right. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining today and have a good day, everyone.
Thank you so much for providing and granting such a great opportunity for me. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, participants, for your patience. Hope you are just